Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Adamas University Facebook Live program. This is Dr. Anisha Chatterjee, Assistant Professor of Department of Biotechnology. At this very moment, we are in conversation with the Dean of School of Life Science and Biotechnology, Professor Chiranjeev Chakraborty. Hello, sir.
Hello.
And the HOD of Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Rudra Prasad Saha.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Welcome to both of you to this unique questionnaire session where we'll be mainly discussing on the School of Life Science and Biotechnology. So to begin with, Dean sir,
Yes,
why
please.
Adamas?
Yeah, I would like to say that we will come to Adamas for few reasons. Number one, we have 130 acres green campus. We are the largest university in Eastern India. Number two. Number three, as a university, if we can see, it has a tremendous growth in research and academic area. So in short span of time, we have opened 10 schools. If we see the last year, we have 9 schools. We have added 1 school this year. So it has a biggest university and several students are coming in this university, and we have a global outlook, the most importantly. So and we have now tie up with 36 international universities in 16 countries. So with this global vision, we are growing. So that's why the Adamas University, I will say it is one of the best university in Eastern India.
Okay, sir. Sure. So then why School of Life Science and Biotechnology?
Yeah, I can say that we have 10 schools in our university. So biotechnology is the one of the biggest school. We have 3 departments, like departments of biotechnology, departments of microbiology, departments of biochemistry. Other than that, we have 10 programs such as BSc Honors in Biotechnology, MSc Biotechnology, and PhD Biotechnology, BSc Honors in Microbiology, MSc Microbiology, PhD Microbiology. On the other hand, we have also the BSc Honors in Biochemistry, MSc Biochemistry, PhD Biochemistry. We have also BTech program. All the BSc programs are 3-year programs, MSc programs are 2-year programs, and BTech programs are 4-year programs. We have also PhD students, like 5 PhD candidates are there, and it has 350 students in this school, and we are in this year we are adding up more than 250 students. So it will be a biggest school. Other than that, our academic and research activities are growing day by day. So we can say this is one of the best school, and also we are having the academic vision, which is a good course with industry tie-up. In industry tie-up system, we are running like CBCS course curriculum. Other than that, we are discussing with the industry. So last few days ago, several of our faculty members have visited industry. They have talked with the industry. So according to the industry, we are changing our course curriculum, which is industry ready. So our biotech school and life science school is growing.
One of the best
School.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We know that you have several years of experience in teaching as well as in research, so thank you for your valuable input. Now coming to Dr. Saha, hi. You also have several years of experience in research as well as in teaching, right? So, and you were the head of the Department of Biotechnology. So why biotechnology, sir?
Well, the purpose of biotechnology is to improve quality of human life. Okay, so that's the main purpose, and in doing so, there are so many we study lots of the processes, life processes, and how they are interacting inside our body, and all those knowledges eventually has to be translated into some type of tool that can be utilized for the betterment of human life. That is the main purpose of biotechnology. Okay, so the problem is there are so many issues nowadays. For example, you probably heard there are water crises, there are problems with deforestation, there are problems with lots of nowadays. With time, we have seen the emergence of lots of multi-drug resistant microbes. So disease issues, we don't have enough medicines and antibiotics. So that's those things causing lots of issues. And all these things can be solved through biotechnology.
Sure.
So, so though it is a very exciting field, but nowadays we have seen that lots of parents usually prefer that their sons or daughters go to like engineering
or med school
or medical schools. Those are the preferable choices of career. But one has to understand that in developed countries already it's a big market. Lots of students, lots of students and faculty members involved in research as well as academics in biotechnology.
Right.
But in India, it's a growing market. If you consider, we have in India there are 130 crores of people. So it's a big market, and our problems are also unique.
Right.
As I said, there are so many water present, but it's not habitable. It's not drinkable. Wastewater issues due to increased toxicity. So like though industrialization happens, but it also resulted in lots of toxic materials dumped into the rivers and ponds. That increases toxicity. But through biotechnology, you can eventually convert this waste water into drinkable water. Similarly, the ocean have lots of water reservoir, but all those are salty. Through biotechnology, you can actually eventually convert it into usable drinking water, and those also be cost effective.
Right.
So, but in doing so, we need lots of heads. We don't have enough manpower to do work on these issues, and only through biotechnology one can solve these problems. Also, these are cost effective. Similarly, also in as I said, there are emergence of multi-drug resistance bacteria. Bacteria and viruses are constantly evolving, and that's why the existing antibiotics and all those drugs are not effective nowadays. But through research in biotechnology and microbiology, one can actually find out, and we can get different others medicines. We can actually, through research, we can actually develop new medicines which can eventually effective for these multi-drug resistant microbes and other microorganisms. So it's a very exciting field. People should come to this field. Developed countries already went ahead with lots of expenditure in this field. India also actually, if you look at the industry for the last 10 years, the Indian government has made investment in the investment in biotechnology field also increased quite a bit. It's like a multifold investment. So our idea is that in next 5 to 10 years there will be lots of job opportunities in biotechnology field, and because there are issues, we have to control several issues of 130 crores people. So it's an exciting field, and parents should encourage their students to opt for these courses.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shah, for such beautifully representing why one should study biotechnology. And for the students or the parents who are still thinking why biotechnology, I'm pretty sure that you got your answer here. And so coming to you, Dr. Shah, again, what is the uniqueness of your department?
Okay, if I want to talk about our department, there are several aspects. For example, starting from the CBCS based course curriculum to industry and academia placement. So if I divide the uniqueness into 4 groups, for example, one would be the unique curriculum that we have, industry ready curriculum, the other our faculty members that we have in our department, third is the infrastructure that we have, and fourth is the professional development. So let's talk about the course curriculum. Our course curriculum We have in Biotechnology Department, we offer BSc in Biotechnology, MSc in Biotechnology, BTech in Biotechnology, PhD in Biotechnology, as Professor Chiranjeev Chakraborty said, that we offer these 4 courses, and all our courses are, we build these courses through using the already prescribed syllabus, the UGC prescribed choice-based credit system syllabus, and also we took input from the industry. As sir said, that we our faculty members as well as students visit different industries and we talk to them. Our faculty member go discuss with them, and we try to incorporate all the inputs they provide us. What happens that whatever we are teaching, that may not be eventually translated into an industry ready person. And when we are talking, our faculty members, when talking with the industry people, they said that yes, we get lots of students from BSc we recruit lots of students from BSc Biotechnology or MSc Biotechnology or BTech Biotechnology, but the problem is that the course curriculum, whatever they are teaching, is not good for their what they are doing in the industry.
So it's not industry friendly.
So it's not industry friendly. So that's where our uniqueness comes. We took regular inputs from the industry people, we visit, and we get all those all those suggestions we incorporate in our syllabus, along with keeping the UGC CBCS frame.
Perfect.
And that actually helps our students to get an edge over the all other BTech and BSc or MSc courses that offered by other institutions. So that's one thing. The second thing is the infrastructure. Biotechnology is an expensive course. So 50% of the course has to be is basically practicals.
Right.
So whatever we are teaching, we has to be, if students do not use them or do them those kinds of things, apply them in practicals in lab, they eventually won't be able to understand what's going on.
Right.
So that's why to support these huge laboratory expenses, you need a good infrastructure.
Sure.
That infrastructure has already been provided by the Adamas University management. I'm grateful to Professor Shomit Roy, our chancellor, that he spent lots of money to create those kinds of infrastructure which actually helps our students to get industry ready. Whatever we teach, we try to incorporate all those theory into practicals. And all our students actually work individually. They work on every practicals, and that actually helps. When we are in our masters or in our in bachelors, the practicals usually we use a group system.
Right, yeah.
So usually someone demonstrates one practical and 20-30 students are standing there and they basically see.
Right,
it's kind of demonstration. It's not a hands-on experience.
No,
We absolutely avoid that in our department or in our school per se. Every students, they do every practicals by their hands. Sometimes we have to do some kind of group work, obviously, but every instruments, every practical, every students do by their own hand. So that's another uniqueness, I would say. The third uniqueness is whatever infrastructure, whatever curriculum you can design, but that has to be, those theory or practical has to be taught by someone.
Right.
So if you do not have capable faculty members, that cannot be translated.
True.
Not everyone can teach them. If those faculty members do not have relevant experience, if they have not done those kinds of things in their past, in their life, they cannot just reading something, they cannot translate, help their students.
That's true.
So that's why I can proudly say that our department or in our school, all the faculty members already have PhD degree. They have huge experience. They work in not only India, premier institutes in India, but also different premier institutes and organizations and universities all over the world. For example, USA, we have experience from faculty members who worked in USA, worked in Germany, worked in Australia, worked in other European countries. So we have a very, very vibrant and experienced faculty pools, and that's is essential. Otherwise, you cannot teach biotechnology. It's not easy if you do not have experienced those kinds of things in your life, you do not have postdoctoral experience in good labs, you cannot teach your students accordingly.
Right.
And the fourth point, that professional development, we do we have already our career development and cell and placement cell is there. Also, we design our courses in such a way that every course have certain research component and presentation components. So student has to present whatever they are studying. They have to present in front of the class. Every teacher, they gave certain research work to them. They study and present. So through that way, theory is not a theory now. Theory also have research component that actually helps our students. So we regularly do different types of international and national workshops, seminar series. We organize them, and we regularly call industry people as well as academic peoples to come to visit our Adamas University and department and deliver lectures. Our students go to industrial tours in different companies, and those kinds of valuable experience that they got from these kinds of interactions through academia and industry people eventually help to grow them in their professional career. And also we have a very efficient placement department, and that we have seen that lots of students are getting placed. We have 100% record for our master students, and we would say that these are the 100%
placement.
Uniqueness for our department.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, sir, what you are providing our students is with not only with the knowledge, but then all the practical senses that they would see when they are in their real lives.
True.
So you are grooming them in a true sense to be perfect scientists.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Dr. Shaha. Coming to Dean sir again.
Yeah.
Sir, how do you evaluate your school?
Yeah, I told you we have a excellent faculty pools, as already Dr. Shaha has told us. So we have 18 faculty members, and some will be including shortly in our school, and all the faculty members are PhD and postdoc from the outside India, mainly from the abroad, with different kinds of fellowship like Humboldt fellowship and Endeavor fellowship, etc. These fellowships are prestigious fellowships from the world, and they have good publications. Some people are high impact publications like Nature, Cells, etc. So our faculty pool is a good talent pool over here. Other than that, infrastructure, we have a good amount of infrastructure, and we have all the labs over here like molecular biology lab, like biochemistry lab, cell biology lab, and other than that we have botany lab and plant biotechnology lab. We have all these kinds of lab over here. We have expertise faculty members. Other than that, we have a good collaboration with the industry, I told you. So that's why the biotechnology school is going to rank one of the best school, and we are focused so that globally it can go, and we can collaborate with the different universities throughout the world. So that's what our aim is in future, and I can tell you it will be a good school,
very prosperous one,
and prosperous school in future itself.
No doubt about it, sir. Thank you. Coming to Dr. Shaha again.
Yes.
So I know that you are a very research intensive person. You are doing a lot of research in our department involving lots of students as well. So what do you think what students would like in future, or what are they doing? What kind of projects are they involved in these days?
Yeah, as I said that every paper that we teach has certain research component in it. So that way, if basically we are involving every students to do certain kind of research work.
Okay.
It may be literature review. Hopefully that we got more money from the central government so that we can pursue research.
More research work, yeah.
And also our students, we already involved our students into doing those kinds of project work, and they are actually publishing papers, research paper in high reputed journal, as said our students. So not only faculty members are publishing research work, our students are also publishing research
and they
work.
love to do that.
They love to do that, and that's it's a good thing.
It's a
because
good thing, yeah.
if you do not involve your students into doing those kinds of research work, they don't have a feeling, or they don't grow likeness. They has to love the subject first, and only through research you can involve all the students doing those kinds of things. So there are several areas that the department is focusing right now. One area is virology, because there are lots of diseases, as I said, that is multi-drug resistant diseases emerging. So one area our faculty members are doing research in preventing those kinds of. They are trying to find out alternative ways to prevent those kinds of infections and disease. How to prevent that using cost-effective measures. The other aspects is we also do lots of bioinformatics, and cancer is another area of research for the department, as well as wastewater treatment, how to remove toxicity from the different either from food sources or water sources, and so that we can eventually get drinkable water. Also, plant biotechnology and agriculture is another focus area that our faculty members is working on. As I said, there would be food scarcity because we have to feed 130 crores of people, and because of those kinds of extensive deforestation, the food we have less number of foods right now. So through those kinds of research project, we also encourage these kinds of research project in for the faculty members as well as the students.
Thank you, sir. Sir, it's wonderful to know that the kids, the students are also, they like to be involved in this kind of research and bench work, so that they can be wonderful scientists in future. So and last question to you, sir, the job prospect of biotechnology.
Obviously, that's one of the important thing, because eventually all students prefer to get some kind of job. And as I already said that the market is growing, you can understand there are 130 crore people. There has to be it's a big market for the biotechnology products, especially for the food biotechnology, medical biotechnology, pharmaceutical biotechnology, FMCG. Those kinds of industry are actually recruiting lots of students. And as I said, we have a 100% placement record for master students. UG students also got lots of job, but they prefer to do higher studies for their own good. And for example, as I said, we have several students who got placed in Biocon, and then TCRC Mumbai, then Thyrocare, then KPMG, and all those kinds of, and also different research institute like IICB, Bosch Institute. So people are getting jobs in both in industry as well as in academia. And we basically we prefer to nurture our relationship with lots of industry people. As I said, our faculty members and students regularly visit industry either for internship or interactions, and we have a very active internship program. Every student has to do internship, so they has to either, for BTech students we prefer them to go to industry, and our BSc and master students prefer to go to research institute, but it's not mandatory that they has to go there. So students do lots of internship, some students and do multiple internship in the same year, and that eventually helps. We got feedbacks from the industry people that those students are performing very well, and they want to recruit them. But they has to finish their study first, then comes the recruitment. But we have a very good recruitment record, and we hope that the way we are going, eventually all the students eventually will be get placed.
So, well, this is wonderful to know that the way our HOD and the Dean and other faculty members of the Department of Biotechnology are grooming the naive kids so that they can go to industry as well as in academia. They are not restricted to any one of the options. So that is wonderful to know. Thank you, Dr. Shaha. Thanks a lot for your participation. Coming to Dean Sir again. Sir, so you have Biochemistry Department also, right?
Yes, sir. We have the Biochemistry Department.
Yeah, and it's an entirely research-oriented field, right?
Yeah, it's a research-oriented field. previously we think that biochemistry is a research oriented field, but yes, definitely there are some research orientation in biochemistry are there, mainly the cell biochemistry, molecular biology, immunology are there, and other than that this basic research in biochemistry, applied research are also there, like pharmaceuticals, as for the example in drug development and testing kit industry. Other than that, food biochemistry, where we can measure the food components are there, and other than that, fish biochemistry are there, where as per example we can measure the components of the biochemistry, like different kinds of fatty acid, like unsaturated fatty acids also there. So HUPA we are measuring continuously in the fish biotechnology. Other than that, there are diagnostics. The main important research area in biotechnology is diagnostic. So these are the research, basic and applied research area in biochemistry as a diagnostics. Other than that, the academic sense is in biochemistry is prominent other than research, and also industry are growing up in biochemistry department. So there are several industry the students can get placed into the pharmaceutical industry, like drug development area. Other than that, they can get placed in diagnostics area, that is the most important area. All of the diagnostic production area they can get placed, and good students are placing over there in diagnostics. And other than that, like food biochemistry, several students are placing in food biochemistry area, like FMCG food biochemistry they are placing. So it's the not only in research area but also in industrial area, biochemistry are doing well, and students are get placed both in the research as well as industry also.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good to know that we have another department of biochemistry, and it is also doing great. And we have great students coming out from that department. Welcome, Dr. Mitra. We have Dr. Arindam Mitra with us now. He is the HOD of Microbiology Department, School of Life Science and Biotechnology, and he has several years of experience in teaching and in research. So, hello, Dr. Mitra.
Hello.
Welcome to this questionnaire session. Why microbiology, sir?
Yeah. So, microbiology is a very exciting subject because microbiology can influence both human lives as well as the environment, and also nature in general. Now, when you talk about human health, how can microbiology influence human health? So, if you go somewhere in 1900s, you can see that the human lifespan is somewhere around 45 years. Right now, it is around 78. Now, it has increased quite significantly, the lifespan. And one of the reason is that microbiology plays a very important role here with the development of vaccines that saves lives, as well as antibiotics that does the job of saving lives as well. And since if you go back in 1940s, since the large scale production of antibiotics, the lifespan of those soldiers have improved significantly, because large number of wounded soldiers actually die during this war somewhere in 40s, in the Second World War, and the invention of antibiotics actually have reduced those infections. Another aspect of microbiology is vaccines. Well, now what is a vaccine basically? Now, we have heard about vaccine in the news media, and also a child for first several years of life, they need to be vaccinated. Well, vaccine saves lives too. Vaccines are basically microbes or microorganisms that are attenuated. Attenuated means which is reduced in virulence, and these microbes have the capacity to boost the immune system of the humans, so that it can basically ward off or fight off any potential infectious disease or pathogens. So both the antibiotics as well as vaccines have a tremendous effect on human health, and both are contributions from microbiology. Another aspect of microbiology is the environment, for example. So when you talk about the environment, nowadays we talk about the climate change, the global climate change. Now, microbes are essential for recycling of nutrients. Now, so the global climate change or the increase in temperature of this planet can have an effect on the microbes as well as the recycling of nutrients. That's a very exciting area where you can actually see there are a lot of research going on these days. So somebody can actually, who want to take a step further in this global climate change, can actually pursue microbiology. Another aspect is, if you think about, in India we have rivers that are highly polluted. Now, microbiology can also play an important role in depolluting or wastewater treatment or removing of such kind of pollutants from the river or other aquatic sources. So that's the environment aspect of microbiology. Another, I have just said about the health aspect, right? Even if you look at industrial production of various household food that we eat, such as bread, cheese, wine, beer, these are all products from microbiology. So these are produced industrially using microbes. So there is a direct application of microbiology in our daily lives, in our health, as well as in an environment. That's why one should pursue microbiology as a career.
Sure thing. Thank you, Dr. Mitra, for such an valuable input. So what is unique about your department?
Thanks for that question. What is unique about our department? Well, now, like I said earlier, that microbiology is exciting not only in terms of affecting human health, it has an influence on human health, it has an influence on environment, it has an influence on what I just said about human health, particularly in vaccines and antibiotics. Those aspects are actually covered in our program as well. So we have, for example, we have microbial diversity. We have papers on vaccines. We have papers on clinical microbiology. Those aspects are covered. So those areas I have covered in our programs, in our courses. Now, what is unique? If you want to ask that question, well, to begin with, again, it can be broken into several components. One of which is academics. An university is known for its academics, and we have excellent academics in the departments of microbiology. Now, microbiology has a lot of overlaps with biotechnology as well. So, our previous speaker, Dr. Rudra Prasad Shah, already said about some of the aspect of these courses, particularly the UGC's choice-based credit system. So, when you talk about choice-based credit system, it means that the students can pursue the core courses along with the elective courses. So students have a choice to take some of the courses along with the core courses, and that makes it unique. So that could be the elective could be again different. For example, it could be discipline specific elective, it could be generic elective, and students have a choice of course such as zoology, botany, chemistry, computer science in undergraduate program. Also in our program, we also included internships. Now, internship is mandatory for all students in the Department of Microbiology. So why internships? So we actually ask students or recommend students to take internship either in research institutes or industry. We believe that such exposure to industry and research institutes broaden the depth and perception of the students. Also, we continuously update students, because microbiology is a developing area, it's a growing area, lot of research is being done. So every day if you go to say any database such as PubMed, you will see thousands and thousands of paper. So students need to be updated. What you find in the book today, that research has been done maybe 5 years or 10 years beforehand. So we need to update ourselves. We need the students to be updated with the latest development in the field. So we also organize this seminar series, which give a platform for the students to get an in-depth understanding of various aspects of the field of microbiology. We also organize seminars, and we invite industry leaders as well as experts from the research institutes. So such kind of exposure actually give the students an edge over other students from other universities. Also, now, so that's one part, the academics part, as well as the exposure to industry as well as the internships. Another part is that you have to think about who is delivering such content. The content is being delivered by faculty members. All our faculty members, I'm proud to say, they have doctorates and postdoctorate experience, as well as some teaching experience, either in India or in prestigious universities or institutes around the world. So that gives students a lot of depth and perception of this field. So that's another part, the academics part, okay, and the faculty. Our faculty is our biggest strength. Now we have to deliver, we have to train the students. For training students, we have the labs which are updated and very well equipped to do advanced practicals in the field of microbiology. So infrastructure plays a significant role as well, and we have that. And we thank our Chancellor, Professor Shamit Ray, for supporting us in developing and building such beautiful universities, such beautiful labs. And I would definitely welcome students to visit our campus and see the beautiful campus and the labs we have in the university. Another aspect that we want to develop in the students, that they should be able to think critically. Real world problems have real challenges. They do not have the direct answers. So when we talk about the curriculum, if you think about so typically in universities, what they do, they start with a topic and you design some assessment and then evaluate. But you can go other way around. You try to go with outcome. You focus on what you want your students to be. You design your course such as with the end in the mind, what you want your students to be. And then you design the assessment, and then you design the course instructions, mode of instructions. So this is the latest in development of curriculum. So we follow that. What are the learning outcomes? What we gain from this? And we constantly update this. So that is another aspect in our curriculum. So like I said, this real world problems requires critical thinking. So we want students to think critically about the real world problems. And that's why our students have much more higher kind of development in terms of problem solving. So the questions are not like what is this, what is that. That's not going to solve the problem. But if you put a student in a perspective of a real world problem, and then you try to ask the students to solve that problem by what they have learned, and that requires critical thinking. So we actually kind of develop such kind of critical thinking in our students. Today's world requires presentation. So students required to present their data, their findings, and their reports. So we also focus on their presentation skills, how students present their data in a seminar, for example, in a workshop, in a conference. So students are constantly motivated to present their data, their findings, and give public seminars. So a student can have a very important, exciting data, but the student need to actually address or reach to the scientists around the world about their finding, and that will happen through their presentation skills, either oral or written. So this is how also we train students to be masters of their trade. So that is one thing that we are focusing on. Another aspect I would like to say is that we also mentor students. We have all the students in our program have mentors, and this mentor actually trains students, guides students, serves as a friend, philosopher, as well as guide, and can give lot of different kind of inputs to the students. So that also helps students. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Mitra, for your valuable input. And just one question: what is the job opportunities in field of microbiology? If you just give us a little bit of input on that.
Yes. See, the field of microbiology have two aspects, or scientific discipline of microbiology of two aspects. One is a basic research, another is applied research. In case of basic research, you look at some of the fundamental processes such as transcription, translation, which may not be translated immediately, which may not have immediate application, but you are doing it for the science. And then there are other aspects which is applied. For example, you develop vaccine, you may not know, or you may not have to know what's the exact mechanism, but you know you want a vaccine which will work against a emerging infectious disease. So that is applied. Or you can go to industry, where you can go to, say, production of proteins, fermentation technology, lot of opportunities there in the industry as well. And in Adamas University, we have a career development cell which assists students to get placement. We provide placement assistance to all of our students, and in master's program most of the students are placed, in UG program most of our students are placed, and some of the students even pursue career in higher studies. Some of the students in our university got placed in international programs, such as I can give one example here. One of the student who graduated in 2018 actually got into a Radboud University, which is 4th ranked university in Netherlands. There are plenty of other examples. Now we are running short of time a little bit. We can tell more about it, but you need to visit us, you need to visit our campus, you need to meet the faculty and learn more about our various programs, and visit and have a look at our labs. So all of this will give impression of our university and the scope of our various programs.
Thank you, Dr. Mitra, for your input. Well, that was quite a conversation with the most accomplished and creative personalities of the School of Life Sciences and Biotechnology, Adamas University. I hope you all have enjoyed this program. I'm sure you will have more of the questions. So for that, please come to our department, visit our labs, and enjoy the sprawling campus of Adamas University. And I would like to give you some of the website. For further queries, please visit www.adamisuniversity.ac.in. To be more specific about School of Life Science and Biotechnology, please visit biotechnology.adamisuniversity.ac.in. I thank you, Dean Sir, Dr. Mitra and Dr. Shaha for their valuable time and input, and good evening. Have a good evening. Thanks.